Hey everyone, GirlMeetsPixels here and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm bringing you guys a Renovate video, and this is one that I have been working on for the past week or two, and I am in love with it. So this is Jolina's house, who, yes, I just did a Create a Sim makeover on, so you can go check that out as well. It will be linked down in the description bar. But this is her house. This doesn't mean that for the rest of this Renovate Sunset Valley series that I'll be doing the people and then their houses. This is just kind of how it's happened so far. But I might mix it up and occasionally just do random houses or whoever I feel like makeovering at that time. There's not gonna be a consistent I make over the people and then make over their house. It might end up that way, I don't know. But anyways, this is her house. It's also called House Plan B. I don't know why the makers called it that. To be quite honest, I'm not really sure. I think it's kind of a weird name, but it works. It works. So this is her house. It was a horrible teal and orange color scheme with some weird Asian flair thrown in there randomly, but then it also had a cottage vibe. It was a very weird house. It reminded me of the 60s. It was just weird. So I didn't change the layout. I didn't change the floor plan. I did think about changing up the roof with that super slanted roof and everything, but I decided to keep it. I was like, you know what? It's unique. It gives some character. It's a little different than normal. I think we're gonna keep it. So that's what I did. I did pay ode to the orange and teal theme, which you'll see a little bit more later on. But I made the roof this really nice orangey color. I thought it'd be fun to kind of keep that original color scheme in there, but make it look so much better. Which hopefully I do. Hopefully that's what I accomplished. I feel like I accomplished it, but you guys will have to let me know down below what you guys think. But yeah, so this is the house, and like I said, I didn't change the floor plan. Didn't really change anything of that. This is just the exterior part. This is just part one. I kind of noticed that I've just been splitting them up into exterior and interior parts, and I feel like that's kind of the easiest way to go about this, just because each portion takes so long, and if I combined it together, this video would be 40 minutes long, 50 minutes long. It would be a disaster, and so I'm not going to do that to you guys at all. So this is just, the exterior, and then the next part will be the interior. Right now, I was trying to figure out a way to kind of bring the house together, so I was trying to put a little separation beam so that it didn't look so awkward in the entryway, but I kind of actually give up on it. It just was not working. It wouldn't work. And so I was like, okay, whatever, fine. So I changed up the roof a little bit later on, as you guys will see, but yeah, that was kind of a mess. And then I was just picking out the front door, just testing out all the doors. And I kind of kept to the 60s theme a little bit. It's a lot more fresh, a lot more brighter, and not so intense of colors. But it does have I don't know, a little bit of that 60s kind of vibe, which Jolina kind of has a 60s vibe going on, which I kind of mentioned in her makeover video. So it kind of ended up working out really well, to be quite honest. But yeah, I think this house turned out a lot cuter than I thought it would. I was not sure what I was going to do, but I felt like, I just kind of went with it, and here we are. I did a nice bright white trim and siding, little siding, I guess. And I felt like that really brightened it up. I felt like that kind of just made the house more updated, more modern, and not so old-fashioned looking, even though you do have those weird roof angles that are a lot more old-fashioned, and you have the floor plan that's a little bit unique. So I feel like changing the color scheme to become more fresh and more modern really helped to brighten the house up and just bring it all together. And I did keep this garage port. I thought that was really cool. It's not like a garage, and it's not like a covered little area. It's just kind of like this nice little garage port with this nice little driveway, and it's just, perfect. It fits a car perfectly in there. It serves the purpose, and it just works. So I was just trying to figure out which terrain paint to go with, and I think I ended up going with, yeah, this asphalt, this light asphalt, and I felt like it just tied in really nicely. I was like, you know, let's not go too dark. I don't want it to be too heavy. I don't need the emphasis being on the driveway. And then when we add in all like the plants and the landscaping, it just really just all comes together at that point, and I get like super excited. I was like, oh yes, I finally can see, you know, where this house is going. It does have a decently sized backyard, and being that Jamie Jolina loves to throw parties and stuff, you guys will see in the decorating video that I made sure to just put in a lot of group activity kind of things, especially there in the backyard, so that she can have some fun parties, party it up with all her friends. But I mean, this backyard is a little small. I didn't change up the fencing or anything. I do change the color of it, but I didn't change up the placement because, you know, I felt like it actually wasn't in too bad of an area. The bones of this house actually aren't that bad. I did want to add like a little covered porch because I felt like that would, you know, tie it in better. But the roof was glitching out. I did not know it was wrong. Messed around with it for like ever, and I was like, oh, this is just not working. So unfortunately the porch is uncovered, but with like the furniture I add and everything, I do add in like some umbrellas and stuff for shade, so it ends up working out. And then I wanted to also go in and do kind of like a separate foundation layer, or like texture, but none of it really flowed. So I was like, you know what, screw that. We're just gonna put siding. And yeah, so that was kind of a bummer because I wanted it to kind of have a little pop of brick or something, give a little bit of interest, but I just was not liking anything. And I'm very indecisive when it comes to like renovations. I always, you know, have to test all of my options. I have to see, you know, how everything's going to work, and it takes me forever. That's why these renovation videos take me forever, is because I'm so picky. Darn it, why do I have to be so picky? But yeah, so we're just going in, recoloring everything, and trying to figure out. At first I started doing like a wood deck here on the front porch, and it also goes for the back porch. And then I felt like it was just too much wood. I did want to go with a lighter toned wood, which was a little different for me. Normally I like doing really like darker woods for the porches and the stairs. So I felt like the light diagonal wood deck was just too much wood, so I actually ended up going with kind of like this taupey color for this like concrete kind of thing. I don't know, it was very interesting, but I felt like it blended in very well. It didn't stand out too much, and it just kind of fit well within the house. We do cut to landscaping now, and I picked out kind of the plants I want to go with. I did want to do pops of yellow and orange and white, you know, just to give that contrast, kind of bring in more of that orangey color. Like I said, paying ode to the original color scheme of the house. And I end up only using just a few of the plants, and then just like a lot of really nice bright greenery, and I think it ends up looking, you know, pretty nice. Like I said, I am not like good at landscaping. Like that is not my thing in The Sims. Landscaping I find to be so difficult, and I'm still learning. I'm still trying to, you know, develop that skill some more, but I feel like, you know, it eventually gets there. Practice makes perfect, right guys? I'm definitely nowhere near perfect, but and then we go in, and I love doing this, going in and adding some night lights for the exterior of the house. It's a step I feel like a lot of people forget, and they don't always remember to go in and light up the exterior of their house. But, you know, I feel like it just brings the home together, and it just feels so cozy. I don't know, I just love it so much. I'm weird like that though. But I always get excited doing that. I'm like, yeah, let's put in all the lights for the exterior of the house. And I don't know, it's just cute and fun. Finally, normally I don't wait so long to put in windows and doors, but I finally get around to doing it, thankfully. And I just went with these. Some of them are custom content. There is custom content on this lot. For the exterior build of this house, I will have a CC text file with all that stuff linked down below that you guys can download and find where all this stuff is if you guys would like it separately. If you download this house, which the house is available for download, right now it's just the exterior. If you're waiting for the decorated version, that will be in the next video. But yeah, so you can download the unfinished version right now. It is in the description bar, so you guys can go check that out. And like I said, I always say this all the time, but I personally prefer downloading the unfurnished versions of houses because, you know, not every style fits every sim style. You may want to use this house for your families or whatnot, and the style that I go with may not be the style that fits your family, you know. So at least if it's furnished, you can go in and decorate it how you want it. But yeah, anyway, so all that is in the description bar. I just recommend checking out the description bar in general. I'm back here still trying to figure out a beam to go across, and then I was like, okay, maybe we'll do like this little roof thing, and then I felt like it was just like too heavy. It just felt too ugh. So I expand the roof over so it matches that slant a little bit better. And it does give like a little bit of an overhang, which I then have to go in and put a column, but then the columns weren't tall enough because it's on foundation. And I feel like I created more issues than were there before. And I was just like, oh my goodness. But then I just go in and extend the wall a bit, and that kind of solves the problem. At first I was like, oh, we could do foundation and a beam. And then I was like, this looks so stupid, Brittany. You cannot put that. So then I just expand the wall and then fix the window. So the window gets moved over. And like I said, these are custom content windows, which I just love them so much. They are like the perfect set of windows. And I definitely recommend having them in your game because they're just like a nice basic window to have. And then just going in, I was like, okay, well, now we have to balance out because the other side's like too heavy now. So that's kind of just in landscaping what you have to do is just kind of balance everything so it's not too heavy on one side. And just throwing in all those plants. And like I said, like I did a very simple color scheme with the landscaping this time. Usually I like to mix it up and put in, you know, quite a few different kinds of plants and whatnot, but a lot of it's just greenery and then a little bit of pops of orange and white. Just keep it simple, you know. That's kind of the nice thing to do sometimes. And then this is my favorite. I was like, you know what, we'll make the door teal to, you know, pay tribute to the original house color, which was horrendous. Hated that. The like super teal siding with the orange. I'm like, it was so bad. It was so bad. So this is like, you know, a modern version of that with a little bit of like that vintage vibe still in there. And then recoloring the mailbox because the mailbox was like this wicker. I don't know why the heck you would have a wicker, not sandbox, a wicker mailbox. That makes no sense to me because like wouldn't your mail get wet when it rains because the wicker would get wet? I don't know. I just thought it made no sense to me. So I made it metal because that makes more sense. Anyways, and then I started going in and adding porch lights. I was like, oh wait, there's no porch lights. How are they going to see the front door? So I just went in and put in like these nice little, I don't know what kind of style you call that. But I felt like it brought in a little bit of that vintage vibe, kind of mixed up the style a little bit. Like I said, the original style of this house was very cottagey, but then a little bit Asian. It was just a really weird mix of a house. So I wanted to kind of stick to that theme, but you know, make it look better because it really just needed to look better in general. And then also I put in a little grouping of trees in the back. Nothing too crazy for landscaping. Later on, I think while I was decorating the house, I think I add a little bit of plants near the porch that I didn't add during this version. So that may be it should show up in the download. It just won't show up in the video. I'm pretty sure that's how it will be. So if you guys download it, there'll be a little bit of alterations because while I'm decorating, sometimes I'm like, oh, I forgot to do this for landscaping, or oh, I forgot to do this for the exterior. So, which is just me being picky again and indecisive. So if you guys download the house, there may be a few little mini differences, but for the most part, I mean, the house is going to stay the same. And then I put these nice little trees on the side and put some little boxes. I never do this. And I was like, you know what? I need to go in and just put like a little box around it. I feel like that would fit it so much better. Which, you know, it does, I feel like. But yeah, so just very simple landscaping. Like I said, I did not go crazy at all in this house. Like I just wanted to keep everything very much more simple. I felt like it was too busy before. And so I felt like this just the simplicity really made the house stand out better. And then I also went in and did terrain painting. I did add like a little bit of depth to the land and raise it up a little bit, you know, trying to do a little bit of, oh, what's it called? Where you like raise the ground. I don't know what it's called. Anyways, I'm gonna leave you guys here. There's still a few more seconds of this video, so just make sure to stay tuned for that, and also keep your eyes out for the next part. I'm really excited to show you guys the decorated version. It is so cute. Oh, I love it. Anyways, if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, and also if you're not already subscribed, make sure to click that button down below if you would like to, and I will see you guys all in my very next video. Bye guys.